Welcome to the Brent Weinbach podcast. My name is Brent Weinbach, and I'm here with filmmaker and video artist JJ Stratford. Do you normally just go by JJ, or, I mean, is it okay if I say
Yeah, most friends call me JJ.
Okay, nobody calls you Jennifer.
No, not really.
And when did you start going by JJ?
In college, because there's two other Jennifers in my class of 8
Your middle
students.
name is Juniper.
It is.
So you didn't even go by Juniper?
No. Yeah.
Okay, so you started going by JJ to differentiate yourself from the other Jennifers.
Yeah. It was also kind of an accident because I sent a postcard to a guy I was seeing, and I had written all this stuff on it, and I
didn't have enough room.
I didn't have enough room to write my full name, so he kind of just started calling me JJ. And then kind of snowballed.
No, it sticks out. Now, JJ was the director for the I don't know, interactive TV. Well, let's see, what do you call it? The TV experience called or TV simulation experience game called Blippo Plus, which you might have heard about when we had Jonna and Claire on a different episode. Anyway, this is the director behind that, and JJ Stratford does really. It seems like you do a lot of. You use a lot of old equipment, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you like to do, and that's what you specialize in is using older video technology and I don't know, emulating older things, I guess, right?
Yeah. I guess a lot of people kind of hang on to the fact that it's old equipment, but I think I would more describe it as I run an off-Hollywood television studio. Okay. So I kind of set the stage for different performances or TV shows. I'm usually pulling from the history of television and cult films, B-movies. But I use older equipment just because it's just something I discovered along the way that kind of, I don't know, I'm a child of cable in the 80s.
Yeah.
So that aesthetic, that frame rate, everything that goes with it is kind of how I see the world. So when I picked up older cameras and started using them, I was like, it just felt like a part of me. Yeah. And I just committed to it.
It just felt like that's your frame of reference, and that's your idea. What do you think of new stuff? I mean, and stuff that looks new.
Yeah, I'm not that into it.
You know, yeah, right. So you just you kind of. I mean, look, and
no offense. I respect it.
No,
yes.
I'm with you on this. I mean, I feel sort of almost stuck in the '80s or whatever, you know, and maybe you feel that way too, or something.
In a way, I had a college class came to my studio at the end of last year.
By the way, your studio is called
Telefantasy.
I was going to say. I when I hear it, I always think of Fantasy Studios in Berkeley, you know, where they've recorded a lot of records there. There's jazz albums too, actually. Okay. But anyway, Telefantasy Studios.
Yes,
yeah.
Which is a television. It's a technical term, actually.
Oh.
Telefantasy. So a telefantasy is a genre type of television that fuses sci-fi and fantasy.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I got my name from.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And, okay, so...
but yeah, these college kids came in and they were like, you know, they could see that I kind of pull from like cult TV and old MTV. And they're like, do you just want to go back? And I realized like, no, I don't want to go back. I would like to like make the future have this cool vision and cool, unique aesthetic, but I don't want to like.
I mean, yes, no,
go back.
For me too. I mean, look, the internet has been really useful. You know, imagine doing the pandemic without the internet. That would have been, you know, kind of a different experience and a more isolating experience. And yeah, I mean, the internet allows us to really get access to so much stuff, old stuff too.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is a pacing, I feel like, and just a general aesthetic that is lost in new things now. And well, that's what I mean when I feel like I'm stuck in, is I'm stuck with that old pacing that I like, and just the way things were made then it was different. Even if when people try to do recreations of things now, there's still something oftentimes missing. There's a kind of, I don't know, there's a timing thing or something. There's something about, there's a sort of intangible nuance to it that is missing when people actually, that's a question, is when you see things that try to, emulate. Are you emulate old things or stuff from the 80s? Are you highly critical of it, and do you think, oh, they didn't quite get that right, or what?
Yeah, I'm pretty opinionated.
You are.
Yeah.
So when you see TV shows or movies that take place in the 80s, or not, well, I mean, there's a difference between something taking place in the past and something trying to look like that. But here's an easy example. When you see somebody that does wants to make something look like an old VHS tape, and then you see, and they don't do the right aspect ratio for it, does that bug you?
Yeah.
Because it bugs me.
Yes.
And I just want to put it out there too that there's, you probably most of you have seen the web series Pound House. There's a scene in there where there's a video that Doug receives. And do you know about Pound House at all?
Yes.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah.
But and this was not, I had an issue with this, but he puts this video in, and it shows up on the screen in the wrong aspect
like
ratio.
letterboxed?
Yeah. But it's to fit the widescreen TV. And I said, oh, that's not supposed to be that way. And Doug said, oh, nobody cares about it. And I said, oh, all right. I didn't fight him on it, but I just want to put it out there that I would never, if it was just me, I would have never allowed that, to happen. Yeah.
Oh, no, I think 4:3 aspect ratio is the superior
aspect ratio.
Aspect ratio.
Yeah. But not when you're watching a movie or even during a movie.
I mean, I do watch a lot of movies on VHS tapes, and then they had to cut the sides off, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, I get
I do see. I mean, I watched Flash Gordon with my daughter a couple weeks ago, and we have it on VHS, but I was like, let's stream it so she can see it in its full spectacular glory. So I'm not like...
No, I do like to see movies in the full...
That's cinema.
The full thing, But I say this, though, I was... sometimes things are not cropped correctly on when you do stream things now. They'll... they'll cut certain parts off, and sometimes something that really annoys me is when they try to make TV shows, they'll crop the tops and the top and the bottom off, and that really annoys me because you can't really see that. But when they crop the sides of a movie slightly, I think to myself, I watched a ton of movies with more cropping than that, so this shouldn't really bother me too much. You know? But it does really bother me when they crop the tops and the bottoms of the TV shows, and then it looks so weird. It's really wrong. You guys got to complain about that. When you're watching, what was it? Or sometimes even I'm trying to remember. There's definitely some TV shows that just complain about it, guys. To any of your streaming providers that they shouldn't try to do that. They got to preserve the 4:3 aspect ratio. Anyway, so are you? Do you not like a lot of new movies and TV shows, even forgetting simulating things or simulating old stuff? Do you not, or just once in a while do you think, oh, that was pretty good, or do you like old stuff only?
I kind of only like old stuff. I did decide I should probably make an effort to watch new things. So that I could kind of fit in with people. Yeah. And know what they were talking about. Because I spent most of my life talking about TV shows like Lex and Doctor Who to people that just don't relate or know. But also another reason why I started my studio is that I was like, I want there to be a home for this type of television.
Yeah.
This kind of just keep it alive. And I like kind of filled that like void, I think, in the world. Or that's what it's been my mission.
Now, I know that, well, first of all, okay, JJ does a lot of stuff that's maybe more obscure, but also works with a lot of you work with mainstream artists too, and do music.
Lately,
you do music videos for major pop stars, right?
Yeah. Lately,
so it's not like she's totally disconnected from, I don't know, what's happening right now, you know? Although the stuff that you do that is more specific is really cool anyway. But
I've been working with Sabrina Carpenter for the last 2 years, and she's a great example because when I met her, whenever we talk about ideas, her frame of reference is all old TV.
Yeah, that's interesting. But she's pretty young, right?
Yeah. And I'm just like, I can't believe I got like paired up with a pop star that can talk about the Carol Burnett show for hours.
And so how did that actually connection happen? Sabrina, I mean, she's one of the big pop stars of today, right?
Yeah.
How did you connect?
It's so crazy because I just want to say that I like started in public access 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was dedicated underground person working with all kinds of performance artists and underground people. And then I just kind of never planned on going overground or being mainstream. I kind of have a lot of punk damage, so it made me think I could I never wanted to do that stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I turned 50 last year too. So it's like I have a studio to pay rent for and like a family to take care of. I'm just saying it's just crazy like how it I'm not apologizing for it, but it's sort of beautiful because
it's cool. I think it's cool that, especially doing the stuff that you do, doing that with somebody who's really mainstream and popular. That's cool. I think, you know, I mean, that's helpful to get that aesthetic out there more and get people thinking, oh, this looks cool, and like we should get back to these old values.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah. So I met this woman on Instagram who her name's Sheila, and she's a photographer, and she is like the closest anyone's going to get to Grace Jones.
Okay.
You know, she's a model and she's a photographer, and she's black. She's from Jamaica. She's got a flat top. She's just like this bad bitch, basically. Okay. And we became friends because we both loved each other's work. And so she did a campaign for Skims, and as a photographer and the model, and she brought me along. And so all of a sudden I just show up in Malibu with my video camera and my assistant, and we don't know anything about this like professional world. I mean, I do, but I just was so away from it, so cult for so long. I just show up in like wild, loud clothes. Everyone's wearing black. Everyone's like super corporate and professional. And we just show up with this fucking weird camera and shooting the models. And then the women of Skims kind of came up to me afterwards, and they were like, "What's up with you? You seem interesting." And they just started bringing me along to a lot of shoots. And they would just tag me on to like big fashion shoots. And then I was on one with Sabrina, and it was maybe a month or two before Espresso came out.
Yeah.
Her big hit.
Okay.
What made her mainstream or whatever.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
But her sister.
I'm not as familiar, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop. You know.
I just love coffee, so I love it that like I got. Someone made it big with a song about coffee. It kind of just makes spiritual sense to me. But they just saw what was coming out of my camera through a monitor, and her sister and her management team just like loved what they saw.
That's cool.
And then the next day they called me and they just asked me to join her team. And then I did all her visualizers, and then all her concert I did basic. She did like a live. Her concert's
There's
like a
projections and things.
Projections, and it's kind of like a Broadway and a television show in her performance. So I do the opening video. I do all the commercials, fake commercials for products while she's doing costume changes.
Do you write those commercials too?
Yeah, with her.
With her, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, she's got great ideas, but I didn't really. I try not to think too hard about what I'm doing and just do it.
Is your 8-year-old daughter? I mean, I would assume that you probably tried really hard to shield her from a lot of stuff in the mainstream that you probably don't like or whatever. But she probably is aware of who Sabrina Carpenter is, right?
Yeah.
And did she think that was really cool? That you
I didn't tell her I was working for Sabrina until recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come? And what happened when you told her?
I just want her to know I'm a mom, and not. I grew up in Hollywood, and I just remember there were these like people that their parents worked in entertainment, and it starts to make people feel like they're better than other kids.
Okay.
And like our mom is a nurse at a hospital.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just want her to be normal.
Okay. Yeah. And then when you told her, what did she say?
She was like, I like Chapel Roan better.
Well, I don't even know who that is.
I know.
What's the name?
Yeah, Chapel Roan. She's another
Chapel
pop
Roan.
star.
Okay,
There's all these women kind of came up in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. Chapel Rome.
Chapel Roan.
Roan. Okay.
She's pretty good.
Chapel Rome sounds like something. You know. I mean, it sounds like that's the Vatican or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Yeah. Well, chapel is kind of like a church or something, right?
Yeah.
And then it's the Vatican. I mean, the Vatican City is its own city, I guess, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking change it to Chapel Rome.
Chapel Rome.
and then now I've been and that I know about that. I've been there.
No, I had like a really special moment last year. I was like at Sabrina's show, and it was like 20,000 people in an arena.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So you go to the shows.
Yeah, I've go to the shows, and then I also like filmed a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff, and I'm just like around.
Wow, that's pretty neat. This must be was that the biggest audience that has ever seen your work, basically?
Oh, I just like didn't think about it because I just really try to humanize everyone. Mm-hmm. So it's just like Sabrina. And then I like see her on stage. I'm like, oh my God, like people are obsessed with her.
Also, thousands of people, I mean, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, whatever, they're seeing your work on screen or on projection or whatever.
Yeah, it surprised me so much. I just like started crying, and I like turned back, and like my whole camera team, that we've been working on these things for the last 2 years, we were all crying, and then we just like look in the audience, and it's like primarily like women, or like, you know, she's kind of like, it's all like girls and their moms and like gay guys and kind of like outsiders, like really kind of, I don't know, special. It's got its own special like community people. But I was like, 20,000 people have been seeing this every night for like the last year and a half. Like I just felt like I had really gotten somewhere.
So what do you? Yeah, I mean that's really cool, really thrilling too. I think. Now, when you are there doing that, are you using your old You're using all your old cameras and stuff?
Yeah.
And how old are these cameras? Are they from 30, 40 years ago?
Oh, I have like a pretty vast collection of old cameras.
Yeah.
So I have ones that are from 1969.
Oh, really? Wow.
Black and white ones.
They're video cameras.
They're video cameras. The first video cameras. I actually did an interview thing for Sabrina, and she was like, I want to do something black and white. I was like, I have the first like Portapack video cameras.
That's cool.
And I showed up to like Apple Studios with like the highest tech studio in town with these old cameras, and they were like, what? But
those must be, are those difficult to maintain, or who does that? Are there specialists out there that you know that are good with, or do you do that stuff yourself?
It's usually my friend Steffi, who repairs video synthesizers. Mm-hmm. if I ever need to get into a camera and like solder something back together, or like change tubes, it's usually Steffi that's doing it. My husband is also really electronically capable. I clean them and maintain them and like care for them, but I don't get in. I kind of lean on them to like really do the. I get too I care about them so much. I like don't want to mess anything up.
Is it expensive to maintain these old cameras?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, now they've gone up in price. Like when I was buying a lot of these cameras, I mean, I started collecting in like 2008 and 9. No one wanted these things.
Right. Similar to me with CRT TVs, because they were easy to get and they were cheap. People were getting rid of them in the I was getting them in the early 2000s, and then kind of early 2000s throughout the 2000s, I guess. But actually, how many do you have at home just for leisure activities? Do you have CRTs, or how many, or do you at all? I
actually don't have any in my home anymore.
Okay, yeah. So you don't do anything. You don't engage with any media at all on any CRTs at home for fun. That is, yeah.
No, not for fun at home, but for work, extremely. Yeah.
Do you have any Sony PVMs?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Those are
very. I have like too much stuff.
Really, you have a lot of them?
I have so much.
Those
stuff,
are really sought after for.
I know.
The hobby I'm involved with, which is old games
like
and
retro
stuff.
Gaming.
But the Sony PVMs that's just, those are big, and and then they're hard to get. And anyway, you have a lot of those?
Yeah.
I mean, by a lot, what do you mean, 10 or more? I mean, how many 27-inch ones do you have?
27-inch?
Yeah.
Those are like about this big?
Well, I think they're the biggest ones they ever made.
One?
Yeah.
I have at least 3 of those.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah.
And then I have the Dottronics, like stackable bevel-less ones.
Well,
yeah, you've been there, you saw it, but I guess there was a lot going on.
No, well, also I didn't see everything, I'm sure, but no, I was at the studio. And so when you started doing public access stuff, and this is when
2004.
2004, were you using old equipment then, or was it just 2004 equipment?
Well, it's funny because it was like in 2004, the public access studios, they public access got funded like once, and then they never updated the equipment. So it was old.
It was old.
This is kind of how I like connected the dots, because I'd gone to school for film and photography, so I like know how to storyboard. I know how to do scripts. I know how to light. I know how to work a camera. I know how to develop film. All the technical parts of filmmaking. Yeah. But then when I got out, I had so much student debt that I couldn't really do my medium anymore, because it was before digital cameras. So then when I went to make this public access show with my friends, I like put my hands on one of these like broadcast TV cameras. It was like everything gelled, everything made sense, like the way it moved, the way the controls were. And then there was a control booth, like these old Grass Valley mixers, that I just became really attached to it. Yeah. Quickly. Yeah.
Were you doing that in Los Angeles? Public access? Where'd you go to school, by the way?
High school?
Film. I want to get into.
I went to Fairfax High.
I want to go.
Yeah,
we'll get
I'm from
that.
this neighborhood.
No, we're gonna get into that because we kind of share. There's some stuff anyway. But we share some things about growing up in Hollywood. But but I meant
I went to
college.
Art Center College of Design.
Okay. So, okay, you were doing it here, public access here. Mm-hmm. I watched public access in the 90s a lot, actually. Yeah. But, that's
for
actually
4 years. Yeah, we did public access.
Oh, what were you doing? I mean, what kind of show?
I did a show called Dungeon Majesty.
What's that?
It was a show about 4 women playing Dungeons and Dragons. And it was very Sid and Marty Krofft style. So we would play a live game of D&D on camera with a dungeon master, our friend Riley. And then we would take the tapes and then watch them and then write down all the roles and everything we did. And then we would reenact it on chroma key back at the public access studio and build miniature models and do all kinds of like laser beam effects. And
so the show wasn't you playing the game. It was you reenacting stuff from your games.
We played the game. So you'd see, I mean, this is like, we're probably the first people to do this, like play a role-playing game on television.
Yeah.
Now it's just like a thing that is done, but when we did it,
You would show you playing the game, and then it would show you.
Yeah, it would go into a fantasy realm. There was like chroma key behind.
Wow, that sounds involved for a public access show. I mean,
yeah,
because I mean, a lot of the public access shows I saw were talk shows, basically. They kind of look like this, basically.
Low effort,
I mean, without this,
Yeah.
People can't see it. I'm pointing to this TV that's turned off here.
Yes.
But
it's mostly talk shows.
Yeah.
And religious shows.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. There was a show I used to watch, called Colin Sleazy Friends. Do you remember that one?
That sounds familiar.
It was this guy, Colin Malone, and he had this guy named Dino Everett, I think is his last name, and he worked at 2020 Video, the one in Studio City.
Oh, okay.
And anyway, they reviewed porn. They reviewed pornos, and they would have adult actresses on. Actually, all actors. A lot of actors are adult, but adult film actresses. They would be in. They'd interview them or whatever. And anyway, I remember going in 2020 Video and seeing that guy Dino there, and I thought, oh, that's that guy from the public access show. Yeah. But I also went to the 2020 and that more often I went to the one on Sunset actually. But okay. So here's the thing: you grew up in Hollywood, and we were talking one night or whatever about growing up in Hollywood because I did too, and it turned out, I mean, I guess it's a kind of a small Los Angeles world in a way, but we kind of there was one degree of separation kind of. There was a girl that you knew, and I didn't really know her too well, but I met her a couple times, and I don't know, I thought that was kind of cool. So anyway, there was these kids I used to hang out with, and they lived on Sierra Bonita. Wait, what street were you, or what were your main cross streets around where you grew up?
So I grew up on Hayworth, a few blocks that way.
Yeah.
Hayworth and Melrose.
Okay,
and then eventually in high school, we moved to Miracle Mile, so Cloverdale and 3rd Street.
Okay, yeah. So, I used to go to they had these friends at Sierra Bonita, and there was a lot of kind of neighborhood kids around there. Anyway, they had a babysitter who was this very in my mind she seemed very cool, or hip or something, and maybe we ought not to say her name, I guess, I don't know, but anyway, I remember she came over and she stopped by the place. I think she used to babysit them when they were younger, but then she would just come by sometimes randomly, I mean, they didn't need babysitters when I was hanging out, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I remember she came over, and we were playing Castlevania for Nintendo, and she was good at it or whatever, and she...
and it's a hard game.
Yeah, I've beaten it as an adult, actually, but it is hard. And I remember after I beat it, I thought, I'm never going to do this again. That was too hard.
Yeah.
But she, you were familiar with that game?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You played a lot of games around that time?
Not really.
Okay, but
I played Nintendo. I played Super Mario Brothers enough to have dreams about it.
Oh, yeah.
And I did play Castlevania.
Uh-huh.
But I really watched TV.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah, me too. But so anyway, I remember she got to this one level in the game. Let's just say it's the 5th level or something. And as soon as we got there, she just turned it off and said, "No one can beat that." Or she just very confidently said, "You guys can't do this, or you can't beat this." And I thought it was kind of somewhat off-putting that she'd turn our game off and said we couldn't play this later level, but I also thought it was kind of in a weird way cool or something that she said, this is you can't get any further than this. It's too hard. And it was almost like this snobby thing that I thought was kind of funny and cool or something. I don't know.
I love hearing that because she was not a popular kid.
That's really interesting to me. So she was what, picked on and stuff, or just an outcast?
I was probably the only person at school that talked to her.
You went to elementary school together?
I went to junior high school.
Junior high, yeah.
We rode the bus together.
Where'd you go, John Burroughs?
No, I went to 32nd Street.
Okay.
Across from USC, like a performing and visual arts magnet school.
Gotcha, yeah.
But I got on the bus first.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got on the bus next, and I think she had like people used to like write bands they liked on their Converse.
Okay, yeah. And by the way, this girl had we won't say her name, but she had kind of an unusual name, you know.
She had a really hippie name.
Yeah.
But she was very punk, and I think she had like the Ramones or something.
That was on her sneakers?
The Dickies or something, and I was like, hey.
Oh, yeah.
You like punk. We'd like trade tapes.
Oh, really?
So
you were friends, actually.
We were friends.
Did you go to each other's house?
No.
We
were friends, but I'm going to be honest, like as soon as my friends got on the bus, I stopped talking to her.
Oh, really?
So but I think about her.
What did she look like, a nerd or something? I mean, what was going on? Why was she not popular, do you think? Because when she came in there, I thought, oh, this girl seems like she's hip and cool and stuff. She kind of had this air of cool. She was cool or something.
She is like the kind of person that I really gravitate towards as an adult, which are people that know they're outsiders and they couldn't care less about what everyone else is doing, and they're just unabashedly who they are, probably gay. I don't know. She was really androgynous and really...
She didn't see that way to me, by the way. Androgynous, yeah. I mean, at the time.
But I think the kiss of death with her was she would like trot around school and pretend like she was a horse. And that when you kind of get into like horse kid territory at like an inner city LA school, I'm like, this is not a posh school. This is like... Everyone that went to my school was like a ragtag, messed up. We're all from bad homes, and like, we're all rejects. So we're just not gonna be like playing with that stuff. I don't know.
I didn't get that impression that she was trotting around like a horse. She just came in very cool. I mean, I only met her twice, basically. And
unforgettable.
No, I just remember there was this girl who seemed really cool and hip, and she was a little older, and I don't know, just I mean, there was a lot of different kids that came around in that neighborhood, and I remember this one kid who used to he would touch anything. He didn't care. He was younger than us, but I remember there was this used condom on the street, kind of near the gutter.
In the 90s, dude. Oh my god.
No, this was in the 80s. But
okay.
there was this used condom, and this kid just went and there was a penny that was either it was right next to the condom or it was on the condom. This penny, and the kid picked up the penny. He said, "Hey, look," and I said, "That was touching this used condom." I thought that was crazy. But
Hollywood was crazy back then.
Yeah. It was totally crazy. So you went to Fairfax High School?
I went to Fairfax High.
I was supposed to go to there, by the way, but I didn't go. I ended up going.
Your parents didn't let you?
Well, the year before I was supposed to go there, this kid got killed, I guess. It was an accident, but they got into a fight.
Oh, yeah. Somebody died every year. I was like, lived through so much
But it wasn't
gun
intentional.
violence.
It wasn't intentional. It was just he fell back during a fight and hit his head and he died. But anyway, there was a school in the valley I went to called Grant, where Ricky Rackman went.
Oh, wow.
I mean, not at the same time, but that was the claim. I mean, Tom Selleck went there too, but I don't know. Ricky Rackman from the Headbangers Ball was kind of
I love how everyone from Hollywood has like celebs they can say went to their school, and it's always like someone you're like laugh about.
Well, it's just I like to say, oh yeah, where Ricky Rackman went.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Toto did go there too.
Oh wow, okay.
The dog from Wizard of Oz. No, I'm just kidding. No, Toto the band.
Toto.
Yeah. So,
Anyway.
but and I went to junior high way far out. I went to junior high at Porter, if you know where Porter is in Northridge.
Was it a magnet school?
There was a magnet there. Yeah, it was. Yeah, and but I would pick up the school bus at Sunset and Gardner.
Okay.
And
whoa.
there was prostitutes still out, and in the morning.
I think about that all the time.
Pimps and stuff.
I thought about when I was driving over here because I went down Santa Monica and I was like, how many times was I riding on the bus at 7 in the morning and seeing all kinds of people out and drug addicts out and.
Well, it was such an interesting combination of kids getting onto a school bus, and then there's also prostitutes and pimps hanging out in the same spot. It was almost very much like kind of a Norman Rockwell kind of thing, but with a sort of twist, modern twist or something.
I think that's why I can always sort of see through show business too. Is living through that every day and seeing I've seen the real effects of what Hollywood is. So I just another reason why I would start a studio that's a little bit cold, a little bit odd.
What would why did you go to school with any kind of people that were, I don't know, became actors or musicians that became well known later on?
I went to junior high school with Brian Greene, who went on to be on 90210.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that Brian. Yeah, Brian Greene.
Yeah, Brian Austin Greene.
Yeah, Brian.
We're your friends.
Oh really?
Yeah. And it was funny because he was kind of bullied, but then by the time we were in high school, he was on 90210. So bullies.
So he was on
he married
the show.
Megan Fox, bullies.
He was on the show while you were in school.
No, he left school. He did? Yeah, this is what happens if you're a successful child actor. You don't go to school anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I went. Yeah, I mean, there was. I'm trying to think if there was. I mean, there was some. Yeah, there were. I was friends with some kids who were doing some acting stuff, but they went to public school, I guess
they get on a show.
They weren't that big, I guess. They weren't Austin Green level, but they were more on the level of the guy who plays his friend on the first season who
Ian Ziering.
No, not him. But I've seen him driving around. You know?
I've seen him at that pancake place on Sunset in Fairfax.
Yeah. What's it called? House of
the Griddle.
The Griddle. That's what.
Every
it is.
time I go to the Griddle, I'm there's Ian Ziering, which I also love because I love this era of TV too. So when I see people. Well, from that era, walk into a place in my life, real life, I don't know.
Did you
I love it.
Go to that? Well, it's now closed, but it was a Rite Aid. But before that, back in our old days, it was the Thrifty. Thrifty. I used to just call it Thrifties.
I think I did too. Thrifties. Thrifties ice cream.
Thrifties, Thrifties ice cream. But I always used to call it Thrifties. You're going to Thrifties. But did you go there a lot? That one on Fairfax and Sunset?
I did, yeah.
I mean, that...
Anytime I had $1, get some ice cream.
Did you go to that Arco station to the AM/PM and get, some kind of drink there or whatever?
No. My mom's boyfriend worked at Centerfold on Fairfax and Melrose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So sometimes we'd go there and raid some snacks in there.
Do you remember the karate place that was on Sunset and Gardner?
No.
Well, I used to go there.
You're by Guitar Center and all that part.
Well, that's why I used to go to. I took martial arts there.
Oh, okay.
And it wasn't karate really. It was Korean martial arts called Tong Sudo. But anyway, there was 15 guitar shops that were all on that intersection there. But anyway, that's interesting about the horse trotting thing. Wouldn't have expected. Maybe she kind of grew out of that or something.
Probably.
Or was she older doing that?
I mean, junior high school is...
What do you mean she was trotting around like a horse? Was she neighing too? Really? Wait, I don't understand. Well, for what reason exactly? Did she think she was a horse, or was she thought it was funny?
She's in a fantasy all her own. I'm going to trot. No one's talking to me. No one's trying to be my friend. I'm going to ride a horse in my mind. I don't know. I respect it now. Yeah. I kind of think she's like the coolest person I went to school with.
I wonder if she was doing it to purposely, make people. Oh, thanks. Purposely make people kind of, whatever think, or put people off on purpose, or if she just didn't care and wanted to just do something where she was a horse for her own entertainment, or if she was doing it to be funny to other people, for everybody. Well, for her and everybody, You don't know. We'll never know.
We'll never know. And
have you ever tried to find this person?
I can't remember her last name, but I feel like if I can remember her name, I would try to find her.
Well, her name is kind of unusual. I think you could maybe find her.
I mean, I'm pretty much friends with everyone I grew up with.
Oh, really?
Still.
So you still are? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm still tight with a lot of people. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't have.
I think it was just the nature of the school I went to too. And like the time period.
Yeah.
We all like bonded.
Yeah. And did you play any other Nintendo games?
No.
Did you play any other games? But you played Dungeons and Dragons.
I did, but
when you were younger.
Later in life.
Only
actually.
Later in life.
Later, like yeah.
Not younger in life.
Yeah, I got really into role playing games like in my 30s. Making Dungeon Majesty. We started playing it and.
Why did you do that?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, what got you into Dungeons and Dragons? I guess later in life.
Well, I kind of wanted to play in high school, but I was kind of a cool kid, so the nerds told me I wasn't cool, like nerdy enough to play it. They're like,
how were you a cool kid? What is that about? I mean,
I just like had cool clothes and a cool haircut and stuff. I was like a nerd when I was younger, and then I kind of figured out the minute you get like a cool haircut, people are shallow.
What was your haircut?
I had like shaved on the side. Like an asymmetrical, like kind of Cyndi Lauper hairstyle. Yeah. I got like separated from my mom for a year, so when we got reunited with her, she had established her life on Melrose, actually. This was like 1984. I got reunited with my mom, and then all her best friends were all these gay guys, and she was like, you can get whatever haircut you want. And I was like, Cyndi Lauper. I was like 9 years old with like a Cyndi Lauper hairstyle. My sister had like one of those, had a bob with like an extremely long ducktail. But just these like, and then her boyfriend was a manager of this store on Melrose called Flip that had clothes from London. So I had all these cool London clothes.
So your mom was she was hip or something, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, she was a nurse in a hospital, but she had like
she was into cool
black
music and
hair, dyed hair, spiky, and she was all new wave mom. Yeah.
Oh, she was, huh?
Yeah. When my parents got divorced, she was still pretty young, 23 or something.
Whoa, really? Wow.
Yeah.
So she had you pretty young.
She had me really young, so she just like reinvented herself, changed her name to Suzanne. She was Susan before.
Oh, that's
She had this full like 80s awakening.
I mean, she went from SUSAN to SUZANNE. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more attitude with that extra N and the Z in there.
Yeah,
you've seen the
like
double
fully
N's,
liberated.
the Z. It really does. It is interesting how Suzanne is kind of has. It stands out a lot more than Susan.
Yeah. And then all her friends would be like, Suzanne, and they all adored her and like gave her confidence.
And what were you in, when you in high school? What were you listening to and stuff? What was your music? It was punk stuff or what?
If you asked me back then, I'd be like, I'm a punker. But now when I think back, I was a new romantic.
Okay.
So I was like really into Adamant and Duran Duran and like British bands.
You liked Visage or something?
I liked Visage. I love David Bowie. Like I just like loved new wave stuff. Yeah, so much so that when like Nirvana happened, I was pissed. Because I was like, guys wearing flannel shirts. I want like crazy haircuts.
You want lipstick on men.
I want men wearing crazy clothes and like the Melrose kind of look. Yeah.
Now, just out of curiosity, and we're going to wrap it up pretty soon in this main part of the episode, but when you were, what was I going to say is, okay, I don't know, it seems like you were kind of not being into new wave stuff. How did you feel about mainstream TV? Sitcoms and stuff, which is pretty different from that,
Okay, I loved Three's Company.
Sure.
I still do.
Yeah. What about more family-oriented shows?
Yeah, no.
Like The Cosby Show or something, or
I liked The Cosby Show.
Uh-huh.
I used
Mr.
to watch
Belvedere or something like that.
Mr. Belvedere. No.
No. Okay. Yeah.
I would watch The Cosby Show and really want to see Lisa Bonet because she would always have a killer outfit on.
Oh,
she was kind of new wave.
Yeah. And
I wished I was in the Cosby family back then. It's like a rad, supportive, great family with a mom and a dad. I'm like, what?
Sure, very. Seems like a big house.
Well-to-do.
Big house, and it seems comfortable.
Yeah.
I kind of want to be in a lot of different sitcom families,
Yeah.
But
I was really into cable TV.
Yeah.
So I was watching, and my mom had no rules.
Right.
So
by cable TV, do you mean were you getting the premium channels too?
No, we were kind of broke, so we didn't.
So you no HBO, no movie channel.
We had HBO.
You did.
Yeah. Do you know
that? Yeah. No, that's a good track. There were two sort of pre-movie presentation things.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
Yeah.
I can't
really miss that. Get pumped, a movie's about to
Right.
start. Let's just go logo-tastic.
Totally, yeah.
No, but I watched it's funny. I feel like when DirecTV and stuff kind of happened in the 90s, cable's over. I was into the Z channel and Select TV because it had cult movies.
Yeah.
And I was learning about Fassbinder and weird film gay filmmakers and John Waters way before Hairspray. I was like, oh, these are my people.
Yeah.
And then Liquid Television, all these experimental animation things and MTV. I don't know. I loved watching videos.
You watched Liquid Television?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
120 minutes.
I loved Liquid Television. I mean, there were certain things I discovered from Liquid Television that were really neat and cool.
Yeah. I'm totally mutated by that stuff.
Yeah. No, I learned a lot about cool stuff from TV. And people might say TV is kind of whatever bad for you or something. I learned so much about not just art and culture and stuff through TV, but life, just different perspectives of the world and stuff, and just different lifestyles, TV was good. But it is kind of weird in a way how people don't really watch what's on anymore. They just can watch what they want, and it's a different experience now,
Yeah.
That you can't, you just watched, you watched what was on, yeah. And that would make you see stuff that you wouldn't have maybe sought out yourself. But then again, I don't know, people can see, if they have a curious mind, then they have more access to stuff now and can find a lot of, I'm still finding obscure stuff that I didn't know about, in the past. But anyway, well, look, what do you want? Where would be the best place for people to check out more of your stuff? And what do you want to push the most right now for your? Are you trying to promote anything? Blippo Plus, I guess maybe.
I know you didn't ask me anything.
I know it's crazy. Sorry, I didn't. I kind of got sidetracked about Blippo, but let's just talk about Blippo real quick.
Yeah. Because I haven't really gotten a chance to talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on. Say what you want about Blippo Plus. How did you connect with Jonna and Claire about that, or how did that all come together?
Well, I actually met Claire at a video game conference.
Okay.
Oh God, I can't even remember what year, but it was they asked speakers to come, artists to come and present a fictional video game. So I presented a fictional video game, and she presented a fictional video game. And I think in a way, the genesis of Blippo started then.
Wow.
So mine was like an intuitive game that you played with this like this like pineal. You played like with your joystick that kind of went on your head, like a pineal gland. Like you played it with your third eye.
Yeah.
And then hers was like a reality game that you could like slide. I think it operated on sliders. You could like alter reality just ever so slightly. So I think in a way that's where you got Blippo from.
And what did you and then I guess they thought, we want this to look cool and kind of old and stuff, and then you said, and then they thought, well, we know who's going to be perfect for this.
Well, I've been running this studio for 20 years with like, it was like a home for every weird art. I don't even want to say weird because I think everyone that I've ever put in front of my camera is a really special person. But I had this like stable of actors and performers and musicians that I've always worked with and put them on cool sets and hooked them up with the best hair and makeup and radical costumes. And I made my own science fiction TV show after Dungeon Majesty for many years. So I made Dungeon Majesty, which was a narrative. It was a role-playing game, but we built a whole world.
Yeah.
And then I did this other show, The Multi-Knots, which was like about these like it was basically a ripoff of Doctor Who. But I had done all that. And then I like realized no one was asking me to make real television. You know, I was like, I just never got my foot in the door with actual TV. So I kind of committed to being cult TV. And
so
I mean, I had the studio, I had the camera, I had the people, I had the lights. I mean, I did all the lighting, all the camera work, all the directing, and like coordinating of, you know, it was like a big undertaking.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
and a lot of the editing and effects too, and the post-production.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. The editing too, yeah. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you were invested in the project for almost just as long as.
Yeah, I mean, I really cared about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And by the way, I mean, I don't know what was mentioned before, but it is on the Switch now, Blippo Plus in color, and it's nice that those colors are going to be able to be appreciated.
Yeah, originally it was just supposed to be black and white. I mean, they could have just shot it with an iPhone.
Yeah.
But I had this whole vision. I just am like, if I'm going to make TV, it's just like, I'm like, it's going to be 4:3. It's going to be in color. It's going to have this aesthetic.
You shot it. Yeah. It was reduced for the play date to be. It was reduced to just black and white. But
I think they looked at it and were like, "This good."
It was without knowing it was going to come out in color, or come out in better quality or whatever. You did it anyway, and it was good that you did because.
There was no other way I could do it.
Yeah.
It's just,
But also, it's cool, too, to be able to see, you know, you just see the colors, you know, and see, you know, just, I don't know, more detail, I guess, you know. Yeah.
I'm, like, very into this, like, aesthetic, and it's not really just the camera. It's working with. It's the way the set. I mean, my husband built all the sets also. Yeah, and engineered. You know, you need lights programmed. He built this whole diner for this one show, Debbie's Diner. It's like 8-foot diner.
Yeah.
I mean, every set in the entire thing is like materials that we've collected in our studio that we've like pilfered off of commercial jobs and that we've always planned on doing something beautiful with.
What was your favorite show you did for Blippo Plus?
It's a hard one. I love the dance show because Party Music Nonstop, because I really love like all these BBC dance shows. I'm obsessed with this dance troupe called Hot Gossip, so I've always wanted to And Solid Gold, a type of show that's just gone forever, where dancers would kind of come out and dance the hits.
I kind of did one version of this, but I still want to do a regular dance show, but it's all video game music.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And get people who don't really know about video game music that are in there dancing. Not even thinking it's. Maybe they don't even know it's video game music, and just get regular kind of.
I miss dance shows like Dance Party USA and all that, like people dancing together.
I think I never really loved watching those when they were on, but when I did do one version of this dance party thing with video game music, and I thought, you know what? If it was that music, I'm interested. I want to see people's moves, and I want to see how they.
You want to see like a Soul Train dance line to like a Zelda theme
or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I want to see. I want to see how they would adapt it to a move, to their bodies basically, and how they would express, moving to it, And also I think a lot of this stuff is really danceable anyway. But anyway, I think being really into that music and passionate about that music, it made me realize that's why people like dance shows, is because they really like they're passionate about the music, And I think a lot of times on the dance shows, maybe I didn't care about the music as much or something. But anyway, yeah.
I like that one. I like Worf's Tavern.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
That's the sort of Cheers-like show, sort of. Right?
I never liked Cheers, but yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah.
It's like this, yeah.
Did you like Frasier at least?
No.
Frasier's good. I mean, Frasier's good.
I like Star Trek. I like Doctor Who. I just like... Frasier, it's too heteronormative, I guess.
Frasier's good, though. I mean, look, I'm just saying, for me, Frasier is one of my favorite shows, I think.
I think there's this episode of Cheers where they, like, kick the gay people out, so I was like, don't really like Cheers. Yeah.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. Oh. I'm from West Hollywood, so... Yeah.
Okay, so look. Yeah. So, Bippo Plus, it's on Switch too, it's on Switch, or probably both Switches, I guess, and the Nintendo Switch, that is. And what about other things of yours that people can check out? Just your
Telefantasy Studios.
TelefantasyStudios.com.
Yeah.
And anything else people should check out that you...
Yeah, just go to Telefantasy. There's a whole world of crazy shows. And I did a wrestling show for a long time. Future Ladies of Wrestling, like a Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling type show.
But they're more futuristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're from different planets.
Yeah, okay, cool, yeah.
I know, lots of stuff. 20 years of crazy things.
I'm going to ask JJ some more stuff, and if you want to continue on with us, you can go to patreon.com/poundcast. That's POUNDCAST. And I have some questions more about how particular you get about, I don't know, certain things when you're making stuff, and also, if you want to watch the show on video, you can go to youtube.com/@Brent Weinbach podcast. Thank you to Brian Granillo, who's behind the boards today. And thank you to Jack Birch, who also helps us behind the scenes. And thank you to JJ Stratford for joining me today.
Thank you.
And, just being here and talking. And thank you to you all. My name is Brent Weinbach. The show is the Brent Weinbach Podcast. We'll see you next time, or we'll see you in just a little bit for the extended portion of the show. Bye-bye.